the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. Folks, he is still riding the high of last night's hockey and Diamondbacks game. Dale Hellestrae, everybody.
Boy, oh boy, you give the guy a day off. Look at the energy. He avoids the clink.
I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoy my days off way too much.
He was, listen to this energy.
Yeah.
I mean, we did a show 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Imagine the energy.
Well, I might not come in if that's the case. There's just something about not going to work that just makes you not want to do it anymore.
So before we get into what you did yesterday, and you
did I do something yesterday?
You can decide if you want to talk about it.
I just took the day off. That's all.
Okay. I had a visitor over to my house yesterday.
Oh, how did that? I know he was there because I called him. I got a funny part of this too. So I called your visitor.
Okay. I think that's the one when he looked at it and then he clicked.
Well, no, it went straight to voicemail. Went straight, but I didn't know he was. In my defense, I didn't know he was there. And I was like, dude, why? I need this done, man. Is this done yet? Like I'm ready to have like that conversation.
It's like,
with
he's already out at Dale's house. Let me call him.
So then he called. Well, I didn't realize he was there. I didn't know he was there. And then I get this. Hey, you called? I'm like, why are you whispering? I'm at the Hellestraes. I go, well, call me later.
We keep our voices down at the Hellestraes.
He goes, they have a really nice house.
The only thing I heard,
that's my side of the story that cracks me up a little bit.
The only thing I heard was, wow, it's a long drive out here.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he goes, you guys are so far up north, and I'm kind of going, well, we're north of where you guys are, but.
That whole barn project he had to do last week, the one where I got interrupted during the show because the tenant was yelling at him.
Yeah.
That's right off of 51 in Northern.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So you're not that far from there. You're up the mountain. I mean, it feels like you're farther driving up there, and you're passing Charles Barkley's place and everything. You're getting up there, and you have to stop and get your oxygen mask out. You're toward the top of the mountain there. Did he really say it was really far drive?
He goes, yeah, it's pretty far drive up here, and he's got one more thing to do. And
by the way, you're talking about Riley. Let's give him the credit and stuff. Well, I mean, if you want to, did he do a bad job?
No, Riley did a fantastic job. Super handy, super knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Did a great job.
Daybreak Services, folks. Yes.
Yeah, Daybreak Services. I'd wholeheartedly recommend him. But the one thing that he could not get done. And it was fascinating to me because I said, what was that big bag of, I didn't know what was in it, but it was dirt. And he said he's going to go and try and fix the divots that Steve left out on the lawn.
Yeah. As soon as you said dirt, I went, I know where this is going.
And he said, he goes, I thought one bag of dirt would help fix the holes he left in your lawn, but I'm going to have to bring another bag of dirt back.
You know, it's funny because when I was on the phone with him, I did say that. I go, make sure he shows you where I put the hole in the ground from the chair.
Because he kind of said it under his breath, and I'm like, dirt. Well, what's? And I just let it go. And then before he left, he goes, "You didn't really get the dirt thing, did you?" And I said, "No, I didn't." He said, well, I was going to try and fix those divots that Steve left in your lawn. And Steve didn't even try and fix them after he left. So
I haven't been invited back.
No, you haven't.
I haven't been able to fix them.
Our little dog Mila sprains her ACL anytime she runs on the lawn.
Again, Dale's 85-pound niece also sunk in the grass as well when she sat down in her chair. I had to help her up because she couldn't get out of it.
She dented the earth. You almost went into our sprinkler system.
You guys know how there's a bar, like the chairs go up and there's that bar? That bar was like flat into the ground, and I was leaning backwards. Yeah, I know. That's hilarious.
I completely forgot about it. I didn't know Riley had a sense of humor, but that was pretty good. Yeah.
That little jerk. Yeah, Daybreak Show. Sponsored here at the program for a long time. I've been talking to him. He wants to come back on and be a sponsor again, and so I've been talking to him about that. And I said, well, you better not screw up this Hellestrae thing then.
No,
he does all the if people don't know, he does all my remodel work, and he's really good with the vacant houses and, with tenants in them, fixing things like that.
Right.
And things like that. So, he does stuff at my house. I call him for stupid stuff. Hey, I got this problem. He just comes over and fixes it, and I move on with my life type of a deal. But, yeah, well, good. Glad it was good. Did he get it all done?
Got everything done but our address numbers on the mailbox. He's going to build a wooden
Because you have
frame.
one of those fancy ones. It's like a design. It's like a tomb. I think Governor Grant's ashes are in this thing.
Well, it's got stucco on the mailbox,
Yeah,
so it's kind of a pain in the ass. And
Yeah.
but it was like Brooke put together this list. I had one or two things, and
Just kept going.
I'm like, I don't know if you could do anything with this. Oh yeah, that's easy. And
That's the thing. He'll tell you if he can't do it.
I don't know if you could do this. There's a light up in Brooke's closet that's like 18 feet high. And I'm like, she wouldn't let me get on a ladder to go and try and change that.
If I heard you got on a ladder, I'd be yelling at you too. I'm not gonna lie to you. So,
but yeah, he would boom, 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 and the funny part is we're watching Hillary and Scott's dog, because obviously they have the new baby.
You still have the dog over there.
And the dog's still over there. Super nice, fairly quiet most of the time. But when she sees somebody she doesn't know,
does she barks.
And
that means they're not good people.
And this thing, I mean, he would go out to the truck, he'd come in.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
new person.
Paisley, get over here. He'd do something, and then he'd walk outside, come in. Like he was just in here.
That's what cracked me up about Doc. It's the same person.
Yes. And finally I said, Paisley, understand something. If he was a bad guy, I could beat him up. All right.
Oh, he'll go. We won't know he's there, and he'll go in our backyard, and you'll just see the dog shoot out there, and he plays with her. And
right. Oh, he's great. He's great with the dog.
And it's so funny. I'll be like, sorry, I left the dog out there. He's like, no biggie. My dog's super nice, but it's still intimidating when a lab's running towards you in the backyard. It doesn't matter how friendly it is, right? And stuff like that. Well, good. Glad that worked out. I didn't know he was going over there yesterday. Like I said, I called to ask him about my stuff. Typical me. Even when I innocently calling a guy to find out if something got done or not, I'm interfering with Dale.
I know you're Dale's house, but what about me?
No, once he told me he was there, I was like, oh, just call me later.
Get your butt back down to civilization.
Just call me later. Just call me later. He's got to be back out of that barn property. That's actually what I had talked to him about. He has to go back out there today.
Okay.
This morning. So I was like, oh, well, since you're right there, when you get done, go over there. Even though it's 100,000 degrees outside. Walking. Okay, me and my daughter went to Olive Garden yesterday for lunch.
Okay.
And like 11:30, walking from the car to the door of the Olive Garden, I thought I was going to melt. I was like, what's the temperature out here right now? It felt hotter than 104 or whatever they said it was.
Right.
I was just like, what? Like, this feels hot. Get old, man.
Yeah, I think this summer I'm going to institute a new rule that if it hits 110, no golf.
You're going to put that rule in,
I think
huh?
I'm going to put that in. It's 63 going on 64.
Well, that's the problem, though. When you tee off, it won't be 110.
No.
And I think what it is just when the sun gets overhead and then just beats you down in the middle of the day. It's like, oh, my gosh.
And you're taking so many swings.
Yeah, you're working out, basically, on that front. So that was your day yesterday, huh? From here, Uncle Lou and you. From what I saw, I watched the first, 30, 40 minutes or so while I was just sitting around waiting.
Yeah.
Like you do. Hurry up and wait. They just don't care about your time. They don't care about, anything. They're just like, we're the government. We can do whatever we want. I am not an anti-government guy, but I understand why you are if you are one. I'll just put it that way.
Okay.
And stuff like that. But no, it went fine. We were there for like 40 minutes, but our thing only took like 10 because they have to do all day other people's stuff and things to that effect and everything. So I got done about 9:40. Was like, yeah, all right. New court date coming up.
So you got to go back.
Oh, unless there's a settlement. I don't think there's going to be a settlement, though. I think this is going to go to trial.
I'm just glad that you're not in the clink.
No, it's a business thing. They just don't get it, man. They're used to people You know, like I said, this is a tenant thing. This isn't a me thing. But they come after the homeowners because they can't go after the tenants. And it was a tenant situation that caused this problem and stuff like that. To the point where multiple people, not even affiliate, like there was a guy yesterday that was literally like, how did this come to this? And I'm like, exactly. Yeah, you tell us? Like another attorney was like, what are you doing here? And my attorney's like, yeah, right? Like everybody's just like, what is happening right now? It's ridiculous.
And it's not even you personally.
It's nothing I did.
It's not even you personally. It's
nothing I did.
A company.
No, well, that's the thing. It's a company.
Yeah.
Which is part of the problem. This is what I've learned also. Because they view it because everything's under an LLC, right? To protect you. And the reason why it's an LLC is for this stuff.
Yeah.
There's no money generated by this LLC. Literally $0 run through this LLC and everything. But they look at it and they go, oh, it's an LLC, so we can charge double the fines now. We can charge double this, and we can get double the amounts. And you're just looking at them like, what? They're just, gotta be careful what I say. They're just greedy SOBs. You're fighting an entity that has unlimited money. That's the problem. And they don't care. Prosecutors, if you don't know, get promoted by cases they win. And they don't care about justice. They care about their stat sheet and what they can win and what they can get. And they're basically seeing how much revenue they can get from you. That's what they're saying. Yeah.
Now, is this Phoenix or is this Mesa?
Mesa. But I can tell you this, Phoenix is the same way. Because we've had issues. I've had issues with Phoenix as well. Not to this level and stuff like that. I can tell you this. This is how I know they're just going after, all they care about is the revenue. Want to know how I know? When they were suing me personally, even though it's under an LLC, the fine amount to settle it was $4,900. Yesterday, they proposed a $10,000 fine. They're just looking. They're just trying to get as much revenue as possible. So now you got to fight it and all that stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Stupid though. Stupid. I swear to God, I'm running for mayor one day. I'm running for governor coming up here. I'm just going to start my campaign now. I'm going to have 4 years of getting my name out there and everything before I even start running. Like I'm going to plan this perfectly. And I'm just going to get in there and I'm going to make changes because this is stupid what they're doing to their citizens. It's just stupid. I'm not just talking about me. There are cases before me where I was just sitting there like, this is what you're worried about? Dale, a guy got bail and he stabbed a guy. Got bail. No. He got bail. Like, oh, you can go back into. You stabbed a guy.
Okay.
Pay for $10,000 and enjoy your life until your next court date. And then you stand up there because a tenant parked the car in a yard and wouldn't move it because the tenant had some issues and stuff. I won't go into that right now. We'll talk about that later. And everything. And they acted like I was the biggest problem in the city of Mesa they've ever seen. And the guy before literally stabbed somebody and got bail. And they're looking at you going, that car and that thing, that is unacceptable. We cannot stand for that nonsense in this city.
It's an eyesore on the city of Mesa.
Yeah, and the guy that stabbed somebody gets bail and is living like right now, he's living free out there.
Yeah, some of those things don't make sense. Well, if you're going to run for office, I got a proposition for you. Hire a model, a gorgeous model. Have her on your signs on the side of the road. Vote Steve McCollum.
I'll just be like Mark Lamb with all this stuff going around him where he's got to tell them all I'm coming. And it's like, I know you were doing a Tombstone reference, but in context of what's swirling about you right now, that's not a good saying to have up there, Tiger.
In this day and age, if you have any skeletons in your closet,
you can overcome skeletons because people forgive you. I do. I mean, I have, You
have skeletons?
Well, I went through a nasty breakup. Nasty one. A lot of accusations were thrown out there. But there's also court things saying that they weren't true, But, they're not going to talk about how, I won the court cases and stuff like that. They're going to talk about the oh, he was accused of this and he was accused of that, accused of that. Yeah, but flip through to the 73-page decision, 2 years later. Why don't you read from that? But they won't do that, So that's how you overcome that
I'll
stuff.
say this guy's a slumlord, and he's.
I know. Oh my God, yeah. He got sued by the city of Mesa because his tenant wouldn't move a car off the lot.
Oh, Steve, good to have you back. But Lou's kind of boring. Yeah.
Compared to my life.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
I know. I should have called in at the end of the show. Hey guys, I should have. As I'm walking out, I could have FaceTimed in.
I asked her son. I go, does your dad avoid the clink? He goes, yeah, I think he did.
Oh yeah, that's right. I texted. Well, he's doing some graphics and stuff and working on that too. He was texting me before, and I was like, all right, I got to deal with this. I'll text him when I'm done. So I texted him at like 9:45, going, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I got all these the text of the graphics and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's all good. He's all good. You just let the lawyers talk.
And pay him.
You sit there.
Oh, goodness.
All part of the fun, Dale.
Yes.
But, now, it's, Freedom, what is it? Freedom 250 this year, I think is what they're calling it. Well, it might not be Freedom 250 because the new court date's July 1st. So we'll see.
So you still might not be here for July. That'll be continued. The judge is taking vacation that week.
I was shocked that they put it so close to it. Yeah, remember that's what happened when they were going after me personally. We showed up for that one. We had to delay that New Mexico, the Sun Bowl and that New Mexico trip because I had a court date on the 29th or whatever. And so we had to sit here for it, and we showed up in the prosecutor's on vacation, so we're just going to do a continuance.
Yes.
And I was like,
why couldn't you call me last week?
I could have been on vacation right now. No. It's just like I said, they don't care, folks. They don't care about you. It's all about them and what they do. We're out for justice. Oh, you stabbed someone at a Circle K? Pay your bail and get out of here. You go have fun. Your tenant left a car in his front porch? 10 years. You're out here for 10 years.
Any government entity that's Steve McCollum, SMAC 500,
as I said,
have nothing to say
As I
about
said,
that.
I am not an anti-government guy.
I'm just saying, if you want to go after somebody.
I understand if you are. Oh, no. But look, they've shown they're not afraid to do it, Dale.
Wow.
It's all because they lost their tax revenue. They lost their rental fee revenue, so they're trying to make it up. They're trying to make it up in other ways.
That makes so that does make sense.
Yeah, every city lost over $2 million in taxes.
Yeah. When
the state passed a law saying you no longer, if you pay rent anywhere, you used to pay it was a small amount, whatever, like 0.51% or something like that in taxes that went to the city that you
rented it.
You rented it. Yeah, and that all went away a year or so ago. And their enforcement on stuff like this really picked up in terms of fines and things like that. Yeah, you have like a blade of grass out of the way. You can drive down the street and you have weeds 6 feet high in every property. But you have one weed high and you have a renter in there. Oh my God, $250 fine. And threats and all that stuff.
Oh, Stephen.
Anyway, my life problems. Other than that, it was a great day. After that, went to lunch with my daughter, did some Ross shopping, called your buddy who didn't call me back.
Called your other buddy who's an
called my other buddy who
he didn't call you back.
Who unfortunately did call me back, and I talked to him.
He called Riley. He didn't answer.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So it was a good day. Nice, relaxing day, Dale. Watched a great hockey game last night. Watched a great Diamondbacks game last night. It's just, like I said this the other day, and this is what I want you guys to take away from this. This job is just the most amazing thing I think you can do. Because you say something stupid around your water cooler today to your work people, most of them forget. And if they don't, they might rib you a little bit the next day. Like, oh, you said this was going to happen. I didn't know, you idiot. What do you know? I'm a data analyst, Jim. Settle down. Not an expert.
And then there's other guys who go out and go, oh, Cattell Marte.
Oh, people, no, today people are just, I didn't say anything bad about Cattell Marte at all. I didn't say anything bad about him. He hit that home run yesterday. I love Marte. I never said anything bad about the guy. And they like hide behind it, and like, oh, I didn't say that.
Steve, he was sore.
Okay.
He had body soreness, Steve.
I was so mad I was off yesterday. Because on Wednesday, when I find out he's scratched from the lineup because his hamstrings and his back are sore, and Ohtani's on the mound, I literally went, he's just supposed to be your leader. He's supposed to be your highest paid player. He's supposed to be your leader out there. He's supposed to be your best player as well to set the standard. And I just had flashbacks to pre-All-Star game, sitting out the game before the All-Star game, and then running out a double in the All-Star game, and then taking a plane back home instead of coming here and missing the first series. He's going to ramp back up after going home. Misses the first series back. Sitting out games on a playoff push because his toesies hurt. His ankle hurts. He fouled the ball off his ankle even though he wears a shin guard. And he needs a couple days off. And a playoff push. They could have made the playoffs if he would have pushed hard last year and played in these games. That's what I hearken back to. Because, really, the game your team needs you the most against the best pitcher. I'm not talking about this year, the best pitcher. The best pitcher probably in our lifetime. And you go, oh, I'm a little sore today. I need the day off.
Are you suggesting that he developed the Larry Allen flu?
I'm not suggesting it. I'm flat out saying it.
Just so you know, for people who don't know the reference, there were literally incidences where defensive tackles would get up game day when they were playing my Dallas Cowboys because they had to go against Larry Allen, the most dominant offensive lineman of our period, and they'd wake up and not feel good enough to play.
Because Larry Allen would embarrass you on a football field.
He would embarrass you. And it's like, it was documented. There were, that means it has to happen more than 2 or 3 times for people to start going, why is that?
Yeah, why are the starters always miss this game?
And they're fine all week. They weren't on the injury report.
They looked good the last week. Had great stats last week.
And so now Steve's saying that your boy Ketel Marte developed.
Oh, I'm flat out saying it.
The Larry Allen flu.
And then what does he do? This is my point. Then I go on. So yesterday afternoon, I just go on Twitter when the lineup comes out, and I go, look at Marte's able to play today. Here's a shocker, And then Ann's like, well, what are you trying to say? And I'm like, best players should play against Ohtani, not sit out. You set the standard of we try to beat this guy, right? Not we have to sit out. I've had sore backs and sore hamstrings, Dale. Not in a professional capacity, not in a sports capacity. But let's face it. You can play with a sore back and a sore. Come on. A lot of players do it. Just one guy can't for some reason. But then he's playing this. And so I go, look, you want your best players out there against the best. If you're a player, Dale, like the Larry Flu thing, like you just have to look at those other players and just be like, you guys are pansies. I would want to go against, even if I looked embarrassed, I'd want to go against Larry Allen. Just, let's see what we got. Let's go. As a competitor. And instead, Marte goes. And even if let's just say Marte didn't decide to do it, which I'm pretty sure Coach, I woke up today, my back hurts.
The one difference
even if your coach says have a seat, don't you go, nope, I'm playing today.
The one difference between Marte and those guys playing against Larry Allen is he would literally physically beat the hell out of him. Yeah. All Ohtani could do is strike you out.
Well, he can headhunt you, and then you don't do anything about it because you're the Diamondbacks. Jeff Bannister wanted to go fight people, but everybody else was like, oh, good job, Ohtani. Thanks for missing him, Ohtani. Torey Lavella's up there apologizing to Ohtani. We apologize. Did we offend you? Softness. Softness with this team. It drives me nuts. And then the beautiful thing about this job, ready to talk about today because I was off yesterday. Marte jacks the game-winning home run last night. And I was just like,
hail Marte.
And I'm just like, great. He did what he was supposed to do last night. right? You expect that. You expect that from him because of the way he's being paid, best player, leader on the team. He did what he was supposed to do last night. But again, this is my problem with Marte. He'll do what he did last night, and it's fantastic. That's what we want him to do. That's why he's here. That's why he's one of the best players in baseball. But I can't stand the softness side of it on Wednesday. That's the game. You knew Ohtani was pitching that game. You couldn't have set him out the day before if it was a big concern? No. You want your star players to go against their star players because you want to try to beat them. And you have a main star player that even if it wasn't his choice, even if Lovello was like, we're going to sit you today, Marte. And keep in mind, he's in a slump. He's in a giant slump right now. Marte is.
Right.
Even if Lovello said, as a player, you go, I'm in this lineup today. Ohtani's on the mound. I am playing today. And you fight. And you know what you do? You go to the media and go, I wanted to play. They decided to rest me. I want to play. Like, you put it out there. You screw some stuff up and show your passion to want to play today. Instead, anybody hear a peep from him? Nope. He's just happy to lounge around and watch his team get beat and not help at all. And I can't stand it about the guy. I can't stand it about the guy. Oh! Ann says, great that Marte showed up when he was needed last night, but he is so inconsistent. That's all my complaint. It's not just inconsistent in baseball. He's inconsistent on days off. Well, I guess he's not even that inconsistent. He takes days off when he's needed the most. Ann goes on to say, I've been a big Marte supporter since he's been a D-back, but even I am disappointed with his work ethic. Yeah. Every other player that this town falls in love with, right? Steve Nash, Maury Stoudemire, Joe Johnson, if you want to count him as the son, right? Back in the day, Charles Barkley, and that's just the sons there. Then you can go to football, Larry Fitzgerald, right? Anquan Bolden. You can go to hockey, Shane Doan, Jeremy Roenick. Everybody fell in love with these guys here, right? And just all-time great guys, Diamondbacks, Luis Gonzalez, Jay Bell to a certain extent, right? Randy Johnson. You just couldn't wait to see Randy Johnson on the mound no matter what happened. You just wanted to see it. And then what do? You fall in love with the guys that are hardworking, fight hard, even if they don't win. A la the Suns, because they've never won, Dale. Last time I checked. Never won a championship. You could still fall in love with these guys. Larry Fitzgerald, got us to within a minute and a half of winning the Super Bowl. But you still love the guy before that. And you loved them when they sucked afterwards. But what do they all have in common? They're really, really talented. Devin Booker's another one. I forgot to mention him. Really, really talented. Can't get you over that hump. But you like him. Why? Because they actually go out and work hard. And they have a work ethic you can kind of rally behind. It just doesn't go in their favor. And then you got Marte. People love him to death. Probably all the millennials that love him the most, Dale. All those younger generations.
Well, you're taking shots at everybody from politics to millennials.
Drives me nuts. But hey, Marte last night with that home run, because he took that game off against, like I said, whether it was him or whether it was Lovello or Hazen, because Lovello gets his marching orders from Hazen. No matter who gave him that day off, he was in a slump. With that home run last night, he's now 1 for the last 22.
It was a big one.
No doubt about it. And that's what your superstar should do. That's why he's a superstar. That's why people love him here. That's why he's one of the best second basemen in baseball. Is you can be in a slump. Everybody goes in a slump in baseball. That's not the damaging thing. But your best players, same thing with like a number one. Your team's on a 4-game losing streak. Hey, our number one pitcher's up tomorrow. We're going to go win that game. His job is to get you out of that slump. And you expect the same thing with Marte as well. Sorry, folks, I didn't turn my phone off. You expect that same thing with Marte. And you get it occasionally, but then you also get what you get on Wednesday. Throw the towel in before it even happens. I'm not even going to take a chance against Ohtani. not going to do it. Drives me nuts, man. Drives me nuts, Dale.
Well, you're going to focus on all that. And
Perdomo yesterday going down to the 7th spot here, hits the home run to tie it up yesterday. Yeah, when a guy's slumping, you don't keep him in the freaking 3rd spot the whole time. Move him down the lineup, and he does it. And look at what happens. Carroll's just Carroll out there. I think we need to make Carroll the leader of this team. I think we have on this program, haven't we? Because I've said all along, how Carroll plays is how the Diamondbacks play. Meaning if he's hot and doing things, usually the Diamondbacks are having success. When he's struggling out there and not contributing, when he's in his slumps, then the Diamondbacks tend to not hit as well and stuff like that. I think he's the blood on that team in the locker room. Good for them.
All I'm going to choose is Wednesday seems like a year ago.
I know, but I was
just
off
thinking
yesterday.
about last night and my man, Ketel Marte. Now, what a great win for the Arizona Diamondbacks. 2-2.
I agree. Split
sounds so much sweeter than 1-3.
That is true.
And
especially against the Dodgers. And I know people are like, it was the Dodgers. No, it's because they're one of the 2 best teams in baseball, and they're loaded with talent.
Yes, they are.
To split that series against that team with that much talent is fantastic. This Diamondback, this is where I get frustrated, though, Dale. Let me go negative again. It's where I get frustrated, Dale. This team can compete with the Dodgers. They have the talent to do so. They do, but they don't. They're a 500 team. It's infuriating.
Stop with your 500
team. Infuriating. Where is the consistency? They've been a better team in baseball the last 3 years, and they haven't made the playoffs 2 out of those 3 years. And it's just like, you have the talent to compete with these guys. Go ahead. You finish your positives.
I'm sitting here. I'm kind of doing a little dance underneath the desk here because
that sounds dirty.
Most teams would shut her down if they had lost 2 in a row to the vaunted Dodgers.
Most teams would have done what Marte did on Wednesday.
And yet the Diamondbacks came back last night. And not only that, but what? Nelson goes 7 innings and gives up 2 runs to this team.
To this lineup,
which is really, really good. Garcia comes in. No runs, and then the master. Then the
only reason he got this the win. Well, he got the win, right?
Yeah.
The only reason he got the win is because the greatest player in the history of Arizona Diamondback sports, the hardest player ever to come into this team, Ketel Marte bails him out and gets him the win.
The guy comes in, Paul Dennis Eckersley Seawall. 1 inning pitched. 14 pitches, 9 strikes, 2 Ks.
Yeah.
Dominant, Steven.
Yeah.
I mean, Dodgers could have very easily came back and won that game.
Because he was throwing the ball straight down the middle. I was like, stop throwing the ball down the middle, Seawald. I bet they're going to launch one. They're going to launch one to Texas, sir, if you don't knock that off. But no, that's the genius of Seawald. It's just like, I don't know how guys aren't hitting him, but they're not. So run with it. Keep it going.
Steve, you could have been watching that game from the clink yesterday.
I would have been all around Dodgers fans.
They could have thrown you in the clink and just because of contempt of court or something because you looked mean or said something bad.
That's why
you got to watch from your house, and yet you're still going to find something to complain about.
Yeah, that's why you have attorneys, is because you just sit there and look stupid while your attorneys talk.
He doesn't go, hey, Steve, stop slouching. Hey, Steve, sit up.
That's the hardest part. Don't react. Let's check it out. Marte's walk-off home run. You guys didn't see it. Here we go.
Marte! There it goes! He's done it again!
Isn't that a beautiful sight when the Dodgers have to walk off all
dejected?
the heck was that?
And the great thing about it is that I mixed emotions with, well, why do you have to turn back, look at your dugout, and
Flip his
look,
back.
whoa, look at me. But he hit it so hard, like that other game winner did about 10 days ago. He hits it so hard, it's like, immediately. It's not like, go.
Oh no, they have a shot of it where it's Marte and then the dugout behind him.
Yeah.
And everything. And like as soon as that ball's hit, everybody in the dugout goes, woo, puts their hands up. And then Torrey's just staring at him going, Torrey didn't even watch the ball go off.
No.
He didn't even watch the ball leave it. He just saw it go off the bat and then he was cheering for him. It's actually pretty funny to watch. But that was a no doubt home run.
Yeah, and you could tell by the sound off the bat.
Beautiful swing. God, it's such a gorgeous swing. I just would like to have seen it on Wednesday.
No, if we played Wednesday, he might not have the stamina to win the game on Thursday.
He might not have played yesterday.
And you're still not beating up Ohtani. 0.75 ERA. What the hell is that?
Nauseous. I have another thing I got to talk about yesterday as well because I'm confused on what the hell happened. So many questions out there. We'll talk about it around the Diamondbacks. Come on back. It's the Main Event Friday edition. And we're back here, Main Event. I even alluded to it on Wednesday night, right? Ohtani goes headhunting there at one point in the game, and everybody was just like, oh, sorry, Ohtani. Sorry we offended you. We apologize. On the Diamondback side. Just no toughness from that, except for Jeff Bannister. He looked like he wanted to fight somebody out there and stuff like that. Then last night, I'm watching this game, and I'm perplexed by this play, folks. We'll show it to you first. Obviously, it's the Vargas, Muncy running into each other there at first base. There's so many questions about this play that just baffles me here. Because I don't know, Dale. If I had a giant human being running directly at me at full speed, I'm not also running full speed directly at them. I'm moving over a little bit. I'm getting out of the way. I'm trying to
the way that
do all this stuff.
Was always taught what I thought was the rule was if you're the runner, you're running down the first baseline, you go to the outside of first base.
Yeah. Tag it on the outside.
And if you're the infielder, you're going to take the inside of first base.
And so I don't understand what happens here. Here's the play if you didn't see it, and then we'll talk about it.
He's putting in an effort.
Once he's not a small dude.
Vargas, the race is on, and look out.
Oh, my.
They're both down.
You can take it down, Kobe, and we'll probably play it again. But, Vargas realizes he's not going to get to the bag, and he tries to protect himself.
Right.
But don't you protect yourself by just, stepping to your right? I'm baffled by this because they just ran into each other. Right. And I get it. Muncy, launched into him a little bit, and all of that stuff. So, but I'm just baffled on how that happened. Man. They both left the game. Supposedly they're both healthy and feeling fine.
They're sore, Steve.
Yeah. I swear to God, if Vargas is in the lineup today, Marte, I swear to God, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm I'm going to lose my mind later today, folks. If we see Vargas playing first base today, I'm going to lose my mind.
Steve, you're more sore than they are sometimes when you get up in the morning.
I'm sore now. I had a day off yesterday. I was at Ross and Olive Garden watching some hockey games. I know. Sore day. If Ethan didn't come over, I might still be asleep. He comes in, he goes, it's 5:20, and I'm like, what? I got to get up.
Your son's getting up before you?
Well, he was at his mom's, so he drove over to. Then we drive over together, so he has to come to the house first. Yeah, but I'm baffled by that. But here's the other side of it. So I'm baffled on how they ran into each other because I'm just like, both of them just going, all right, he's running towards me. I need to move. I need to move to the side or whatever, type of a thing. So that baffles me. Here's the other side of it. Play it again, Kobe. You can turn the sound off on it if you'd like. We can take it down after they collide. But look at this. Look how deep this ball is hit. Go ahead, Kobe. When you get a second, go ahead and play it. Okay, here's the hit here. Obviously, pitch. Here's the hit. And that's Nelson on the mound. Look how deep that ball's hit. Who's supposed to be over there? And you see him come over late.
Ryan Nelson looked at it, saw it, and then he thought it was a foul ball.
Is that what he? Okay.
I think so.
I saw his comments afterwards, and this is where I got to give. I didn't pull the video because it was hard to hear because it was at his locker.
Okay.
I saw the video afterwards, and he said they asked him about being on the mound, and he flat out said, "No, I'm upset. I let my team down. I did not do my job." And I got somebody hurt because I didn't do my job. I'm paraphrasing a little bit.
Right.
But he took full responsibility for not getting there. Because obviously that's what you do. Vargas pitches the ball throws the ball to the pitcher, who steps on the bag and get the guy out.
Right.
Or whatever. He took credit for it. Because that was my whole point last night. The blame. But I was sitting there going, first of all, I'm baffled on how they ran into each other. But then on top of that, I'm like, where's the pitcher at?
And you could see that he hesitates because
he took a step and then hesitated. Yeah.
It was that close
again,
to
Kobe.
be. Well, watch him because the ball's very close to going foul.
Yes,
he's standing there. He still hasn't moved.
Yeah, and then he was. Yeah, and Muncie's fast. But you can also see there when he sees them collide before he goes and gets that ball, he puts his hand up like on his head, almost like, "Oh no." Then he's like, I better go get that ball. I better do something now. But this is what I like about this team, though. He right in the locker room. Hey, I didn't do my job. I got a player hurt on my team because I didn't do my job in that moment, and I won't let it happen again. I love that attitude on this team because a lot of pitchers won't say that publicly. They might go to him afterwards and be like, hey, man, that was my fault. I'll make sure it doesn't happen. Right. But he went right to the reporters surrounding him at his locker and brought it up and talked about it. And I love that about some of these guys on this team, how they're just the first ones, but they don't necessarily have to do it. Yes, that's his play. But how many times do you see somebody come out and say, I didn't do my job, and that's my fault? You don't see it too often in a regular season baseball game.
They take accountability for it and apologize. Yeah, and let's move on.
I love that angle of it as well.
And thank goodness.
Because I was going to come in and be like, dude, Ryan Nelson, what are you doing there, pal?
So you were just going to be all negative today.
And then I saw the post-game thing last night, and I was like, never mind.
I thought you got rid of all your vim and vigor yesterday about Marte, but no.
No, still angry.
Friday, it's a weekend.
I know, so I'm getting it out early here. That's why we're doing Diamondbacks early, Dale. Because we're going to have some fun with some hockey talk later. Even though my team lost yesterday, that was a fun game, man. I can't get enough of that. That whole third period, just unbelievable. This is a series.
Was that well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, the puck on the line?
No, I would say the penalty, the tripping penalty in overtime.
Just even the tripping. You're going there.
Was it legitimate? It just, again, I was watching it at a bar.
Is it a penalty? Yes. Would I call in that situation? Probably not.
Okay.
It wasn't egregious.
It didn't look like he
Yeah, that's what I mean. But was it a trip? Technically.
Okay.
Would I have called it an overtime of game 2
in the playoffs? Knowing you're probably going to sway
in the final? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I would have called it. That's when you kind of, unless it's egregious, that's where you kind of just swallow that whistle.
Yeah.
I think the bigger call earlier, which I don't know if it was right or not. I don't think it was, but I also understand why they called it the way they did. The goal, the non-goal situation. I don't know. It's weird. But really quick on the Diamondbacks before we wrap up this hour. Corbin Burns had a setback. We found that out on Wednesday. Corbin Burns talked to the media. I think it was yesterday. Maybe it was Wednesday night. Teres major strain. And
so it's also called a lat.
I know. But I just like how they do the real name on it. He doesn't have the same thing Gallen had, but it's the same area in his back. So they say weeks, not months. So that means, which I find interesting, because, of course, the Diamondbacks sent Brandon Pfaadt down yesterday to stretch him out so he can still be a starter on this team. Okay, here's what I think's going on. Forget about the Corbin Burns. That's terrible news. Stretches him back. But I also mentioned this yesterday because I was thinking about it after I was watching it. I saw some of his comments yesterday and stuff like that. Corbin Burns hasn't pitched in a year. Right?
Right.
If Corbin Burns doesn't pitch and go into a game this year, so going into next year, it'll be 2 years. There might not be baseball at all next year. Let's say there's no baseball next year. He's going to go 3 years just short of 3 years before he gets back on the mound. And he's young. He's, 31, 32? So he's still young. But 3 years without facing major league pitching, that's a long time. There's a danger. That's partly why he's a competitor. He wants to pitch, and he's saying he wants to be back in September. A lot of pitchers would shut it down.
Right.
Now, he's not built that way, so I want to be clear on that. He's not built that way. But I'm also sitting here going, he wants to come back in September because he's like, I might not pitch for 3 years if I don't get a game or 2 or 3 in September. I mean, think about that. That's like this underlying thing with these injuries. Same thing with Puck and Martinez, which they're as of now, they're coming back this year. Right. But if they don't get back in here, you're facing 2.5 years of not pitching in a major league setting. That cannot be easy to come back on. And that's just saying we're all expecting a lockout or a strike next year.
Right.
And who knows how long. And then you add that on top of it. Holy cow. That's like, to me, it's even more pressing if you have an injury you're coming back from this year to get into games this year. Knock that rust off and, get comfortable in it, because you don't want to be coming back off injury where you already have that hesitancy, until you get out there and do it. Off it, and then 3 years later, 2.5, 3 years later, and then you're in your mid-30s on top of it. Your body's not going to be the same, and you can throw, like you said, you can throw all you want on the side and everything. Pitching in a game's completely different. I think that's also why I think it's super important. Even if it's the last game of the season, Burns gets out there and throws those pitches in a game because of that attitude as well. Because it could happen, folks. You could go 3 years now if you got injured last year. How about that negativity coming into this, Dale? Thinking that way.
What do you tell us next? Well, Puck's had a setback too.
Hopefully not.
What's your lat? Oh, your lat's under here.
Yeah, it's like it's a muscle pull like right above your rib cage right there, kind of a deal. I think he said he just felt a little soreness and that's it. And then thank God they did imaging because the Diamondbacks.
Well, the Yankees, I guess they're not the only one because the Yankees found out their judge has a cracked rib.
I'm so pissed off about that. Jeez.
I kind of understand it because
he couldn't swing for like 2 weeks, Dale.
I think Aaron Judge is a pretty tough guy. Probably said, I think it's just a twinge.
But that's my point, though, is you saw it with Kyle Busch. You want to talk about that? Dude can't breathe right, sick. Competitors fight through it.
Yeah.
All he had to do was go to a doctor. And he fought through it, and it ends up killing him because it progresses to sepsis and stuff like that. You got to protect these guys against. That's why in the NFL, they take your helmet away until they make sure you're okay.
Right.
Because you could be seeing sheep and
Well, you also got to know who you're dealing with.
Your great-grandmother you've never met because she died 20 years before you were alive, and you're talking to her on the sidelines.
You got to know who you're dealing with. Some guys are tough guys, and you know that.
I know, and Aaron Judge is that guy, and so's Corbin Burns.
Now, Marte, he's asking for imaging.
Yeah. Well, then you go, dude, just take a day off, man. We'll see you tomorrow. You're fine. You just need a day off. Just say you need a day off. But the quote when Corbin Burns met with the media yesterday was, "I'm going to push the envelope. It's what I do." Those players, you have to protect them from themselves and stuff like that. He was asked about, because this is the year where his option, he had a 2-year deal, and then it was a player option, and he'll make 30-something million. He was asked about that yesterday in the press conference, and he basically goes, "Oh, that's a Scott Boras offseason thing to deal with." Corbin Burns is picking up the option. Oh, I would think, right?
You're not. The way things stand right now, you're definitely not throwing yourself out there on the free market thinking you're going to get more.
Well, there's 2 reasons why. Well, yeah, because you've been injured and you might not pitch for 3 years, right. And you're going to be mid-30s when you come back, 33 or something like that. At that point, here's the other thing: the reason why you're going to pick up that option. What if there's a salary cap next year and you can't pay guys $30 million? You have limited on paying guys that much. You're definitely not going to get a raise if there's a salary cap next year. You have limited options there. So what I'm getting at here, the sucky news is Corbin Burns was the most healthy pitcher in Major League Baseball before he got here.
Yeah.
And now it's the opposite.
What's the saying, Steve?
I know. I gave you credit yesterday on X as well. Can't have nice things. But the good news, I guess you can say, is because if he would have come out these last 2 years and won a Cy Young and dominated, he was opting out of this deal to go make more money, and you're not going to re-sign him at that. So get him healthy, and we can have him for the next 3 years, because I'd be shocked if there's a scenario where he doesn't pick up that option and guarantee that 30-something million a year. With we're getting a change in Major League Baseball coming up. How big of a change? Well, obviously that's why it's going to be a long strike as they argue over that, because the union's still saying a salary cap is a no-go. So it's going to be fascinating to see. So there is some positives to this as well, Dale. That's all I'm saying. Positives to this as well. Not all negative. I hope. Robert also says, looks like Muncy is running in fair territory and takes his last step in foul territory, hits the bag going towards the bag, and clocks Vargas. Yeah, no, I get it. Muncy looks like he extends his arm. He looks like a linebacker, right? Going up against the wide receiver. Moves his arms out and kind of shucks him on there. When I first saw it, I went, Muncy is a guy I do not like in Major League Baseball. I've never liked him. He just rubs me the wrong way. And at first I was like, that was a dirty, dirty play on Vargas. But the more I watch it, I think he was also, he wanted to do damage, but I also don't think he thought Vargas was going to be standing there right in front of him. It's just a weird play all around. Yes. That's all I can say.
Well, I think when Muncy's running, that's your natural, the dude's not moving. Now, like I said, I think Muncy should have took the outside of the
he could have hit the outside of the plate and then veered to the right.
Your natural inclination, I'm gonna protect myself.
Yeah. Especially when Vargas kind of started to duck down to protect himself. What are you doing in that moment?
Is he breaking down? He's gonna bust my chops.
I mean, if you want to break it down, it looks like Muncy's attacking Vargas. I will agree with you on that. But in the moment, I don't think that was happening. I think they were both just like, we're going to hit each other here. What the heck's happening? I've never seen a play like that where you just go, what just happened? Try to describe
they both had their eyes closed.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Why didn't you just get out of the way? Especially Vargas when he realized he wasn't going to get there.
Right. Yeah, he was at least
step
3
to your
steps.
right, man. Yes. Just take a giant step to your right.
I ain't getting there. My pitcher didn't get over here.
So reportedly they're both healthy, and Vargas will probably be in the lineup tonight and dominate and all that. Dale, it'll be fun. Ann does say Perdomo has always hit well lower in the lineup. Yeah, that's why, if you remember, beginning of the season, my complaint was Perdomo's spot in that lineup. And as he kept not hitting, I was like, why is he so? To the point where I stopped talking about it. Because obviously Torrey was just going to keep him in that upper of the lineup. Moving him down is what you needed. But also, Torrey doesn't want to move up the young kids up and higher in the lineup. Come on back, folks. Second hour main event coming up next. My Aaron Judge future bets down too, Dale. And we're back here, second hour of the main event.
It's going to be much more positive second hour. Riley just texted me. He says he's on his second bag of dirt. He's almost got all of Steve's divots filled in on my backyard. Thank you, Riley.
Am I going to be invited back?
No.
Not
in the winter when the grass is soft.
Are you going to charge me for this dirt? Are you going to send me a bill for this? Riley, you send that to Steve.
Yeah. And the labor charge.
Yeah, just send that portion of it over to him. Oh, you're killing me with that as well. Second hour main event. Don't forget, live TME Media AZ is where you can find us there on YouTube. Of course, you can catch us on the free podcast systems as well. Anytime afterwards, we get it put up there for you on demand here on YouTube as well, and then over on Rumble. Today, Real Matrix, new episode coming out, second in the series for Charlie Kirk. Today for that over on Rumble, rumble.com/user/TME Media. There's a channel button right above the videos. If you click on that, you can click on the channel. Makes it a little easier to find the videos of the shows you want to watch out there. As well, noon today, free podcast system as well. Just search The Real Matrix, Angry Fan. It'll pop up there on the free podcast systems as well. For that, everything's up on demand on Robat and over on Rumble, including the pit stop. Came out on Wednesday. Looking ahead to Michigan. Michigan is, if it's not the fastest racetrack on the NASCAR circuit, it's definitely top 2 or 3 out there. So you're going to see some speed there, both in the Truck and Cup Series. O'Reilly's off this week, and then IndyCar back to the Oval as well. Outside of St. Louis, there in Madison, Illinois, across the river.
Okay.
Is that the Missouri? The old Missouri? The old Missouri. There, Madison, Illinois, there at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Oval there for IndyCar as well. So pit stops up for you guys if you like to catch that. And I had somebody reach out to me and say, you going to put up Lou's segment from yesterday or from today? He texted me yesterday. And I go, it's the whole show. we didn't put up a separate interview thing because he was on from 8 to 10.
It's Dale's show.
No, I meant
Dale's segment.
We put the interview people up in that little interview section. So just keep that in mind as well. Uncle Lou was 2 hours yesterday. Great show, by the way. You guys should go back and watch it. Entertaining. If Dale was like that with me, we'd be winning even more awards. Hey, by the way, I listened to your the podcast there of Holmberg's Morning Sickness on Wednesday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Jim Morrison's been dead for like 40 years, man. 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so you know.
Oh.
I know they made fun of you about that, but yeah.
You do realize some of the things I say on there are for sure.
Oh, yeah. Play that off now, right? Yeah, play that. Sure. Sure.
Number one, I didn't care about Jim Morris. He's the Doors guy, right?
Yeah. You go, he's still alive, and everybody's like, wait, what?
Oh, you should see a look on their faces. Anytime I say,
it's not like he died like 3 weeks ago, or a year or two ago, and he was out of the spotlight for a bunch of years.
I'm like, because some of this music that, we always take our headphones off, whatever, and just come back and listen to the last 10 seconds of the song.
Do they crank it up in studio?
No, it's not in studio. No,
okay.
because they know that I'd blow a gasket. And there have been a couple times we've been playing a song, I'm like, this music make me wants to beat the crap out of somebody. How can you listen to this all day, every day?
All day. That's the problem. I met, me and John Dobson, angry. One word that goes with Dobsonites, angry.
Because they make fun of country, which is obviously my favorite genre of music. But anyway.
No, they weren't wrong. When you want to imitate somebody being dumb, you do go to a certain sound. They weren't dumb. They weren't wrong about that.
Now tell everybody why you really were listening.
Yeah, you guys didn't even say my name. Oh no, you barely said it.
See,
you barely said it.
Yes, we did. Every time now.
No, that's part of the deal, man. You got to promote us over here if they're gonna borrow you for the week, for the day, and everything. Jim Morrison died in 1971. By the way, been dead for a bit. No, I listen to you. I support you, Dale. You don't listen to my stuff when you're off. I at least logged in while I was sitting there waiting for court to start and everything. I logged in and was listening on the way there and everything. And Dale, no clue when he's off. He's just like, Uncle Robert.
Whatever. Is that what Dale talks like? Whatever.
You don't even want to know what I think you sound like in my head.
Wow.
That's nice compared to that. Everybody sounds like a Muppet character. Makes it more tolerable out there. Second hour main event right here. Don't forget, like, subscribe, YouTube, and join us there as well. We're having some fun here on this Friday. Yeah, so the Aaron Judge thing, just to wrap up baseball, it makes me angry for two things. Is like I said, I don't understand the imaging thing around Major League Baseball. They all act like you and I do, where we're like, well, I can't afford that $300, copay that I got to pay for an MRI. And it's like, it's not free to them, but don't you want to protect isn't it cheaper than, than having your superstar be down for 6 months because you miscarried it? The other reason why I'm upset, Dale, to be honest with you, is I have a futures bet that I put in before the season that Aaron Judge would be the home run leader at the end of the year. Not going to happen now because he's out 4 to 6 weeks. They're not going to re-image him for 4 to 6 weeks. Stress fracture in his upper rib. That sounds painful.
I always get kicked out because some people called it a small crack, stress fracture. It's always a little something when it's on somebody else.
Yeah. No, he couldn't swing a bat. He couldn't throw a baseball.
Ribs hurt like hell.
Can't breathe.
And everything you do, you blink your eyes, you feel your ribs.
I broke my ribs one time playing soccer, and I slept sitting up because you could. I just remember all they did back there was put that flexible tape on you to hold it in place. This tape ain't working. Yeah, so Aaron Judge out. I got to find a new baseball team to watch. I watch way too many Yankees games on the MLB package just because they usually start early. And I like the drama around the team and stuff like that. It's amazing. I just, wish we had a manager like they have. I can take or leave. I almost call him Don Mattingly, but that's not his name. I can take or leave their manager, but man, does he make the game entertaining.
Who is their manager?
I know. I'm trying to blank. I'm thinking Don Mattingly right now, and that's not it. He's been there forever. Their GMs, we complain about Hayes in here a lot. Jeez, their GM gets ripped to shreds left around and all of that stuff. So it's I can totally picture him right now too. Why do I keep thinking he's Don Mattingly? It's not the case. Mattingly's of course doing well. He's one of the Boone brothers. Aaron Boone just came to me.
One of the Boone brothers.
One of the Boones. Big baseball history in the Boone family.
Okay.
From dad.
They're also good singers.
To them.
Boone family.
Getting old there again, huh? So 4 to 6 weeks out for him, Aaron Judge. Which means no All-Star game. No, none of that stuff for him either. Sad to see. But maybe he'll come back in time for playoff, Judge.
Wow.
It doesn't exist out there. Other news before we get into the national sports here and have some fun. What was, right? It's retro era right now, right? Everything 80s is back in style and hitting the things, right? Masters of the Universe opens this today out there for the movie-going audience. Dale and I, before I get into this next subject, I have to say this. I have failed my kids. I am the worst parent on the planet. I have failed them immensely. I should just go get some cigarettes and just never come back, like the old days. We're driving home the other day, me and Ethan, and I go, he was telling me he has something he wants to do today. And I was like, well, only thing I got this weekend, I got nothing planned this weekend because we're not going to Vegas for Game 3 because I'm not paying $700 for an upper-level ticket. Upper level, Dale. Get-in price is like $750 for tomorrow night's game there in Vegas. Upper level. No, not doing it. Not paying that much for an upper-level seat. I'll watch it at home. And then you got to drive there and all that.
Well, you got to go to Sports Bar to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's something. Someplace where it doesn't cost $700 to get into the stadium.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. Number one. But number two, I said, I have nothing this weekend. Just going to watch UFC, going to watch that game, watch the NBA series, because I think that's going to be fun now, and all that stuff. And I go, but we got to make time to go see Masters of the Universe. And Ethan goes, that doesn't look good. And I go, but I see a lot of your crappy movies, so you can come see this one. And then it dawns on me. He doesn't know what He-Man is. I did not. And then I'm talking to Ireland, going, hey, do you want to go see this? And I'm showing her the preview on it. She goes, no, I don't want to see that. That looks dumb. Ooh. I go, it's He-Man. There are people my age. We grew up on Saturday morning. We watched He-Man cartoons all the time on Saturday mornings. I did not expose my kids to He-Man, folks. And it dawns on me. I probably have never mentioned He-Man to my kids. I have failed them. I have failed society. And for that, I apologize. I'm just a terrible human being. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to live with myself moving forward, Dale. It's disgusting. They both looked at me and went, I don't know what that means. What's a He-Man? I'm so depressed.
So you're going by yourself?
I'm so depressed. Oh, Autumn's going to go with me.
Oh, she is.
Oh, yeah, Autum's going to go with me.
She's such a sweetheart, Steve.
Oh, she's excited to see it.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she is. Gem.
She's too smart for
Whatever.
that. You're going, I'll go keep Steve company.
Ethan goes, I've seen the meme, but that's it. I'm like, Skeletor, Castle Grayskull? And they're both just staring at me like I am a stupid moron for what I'm. Why are you speaking Greek, Dad? I have failed them. And then I realized they probably don't even know about G.I. Joe. Oh my God, that's it. That's what we're doing this weekend. We're having a nostalgia weekend where they're going to learn
do a marathon weekend, catching up
of just what's good in life from back then. I failed the world, folks, as well. Robert says, when is Big Steve going to come in with his PK Subban outfit? That won't look good on me. That's just going to make me look even more. Dale doesn't know what you're talking about. No. He wears some interesting outfits.
Oh, is this guy on the hockey thing?
The pregame and postgame.
I did see him the other night.
Yeah. What color was he wearing that night?
A bunch. He doesn't wear one color.
That is true. Yeah. Those outfits don't look good on pasty white guys like me. It makes us look more pasty white, glowing, and stuff like that. But yeah, Ethan, all he says I've seen the meme, but that's it. And then he says, I do know G.I. Joe. That's good.
I don't know.
Because knowing is half the battle.
He-Man.
I have the power. And he had
Was he a cartoon?
Yeah, it was a cartoon, yeah. And he had, he rode around on that tiger. And you had a Skeletor who had skeleton face.
I don't remember watching He-Man.
I'm not going to go into depth.
I was busy living life, Steve.
You were also 30 when I was watching He-Man on a Saturday morning.
Your parents. Steve, get out there and kick a soccer ball. Go shoot some boobs.
I watched it before I went to my sporting events. Actually, Dale, thank you very much. That was when I was reading the back of a cereal box, eating breakfast before we went to a tournament or something. Actually, see right there. Do. That's He-Man in the middle there. And then it's a bunch of other characters you won't get.
No.
But then Skeletor's the second to the right there. Skeletor.
He's not even wearing any clothes, Steve.
Oh, well, I didn't say it wasn't a gay character. with those little bobby cut.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
There you go, Dale.
I've never been more with your kids than I am right now.
Robert says Dale should just think Adam Silver for the Skeletor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to go see that this weekend. But anyway,
Okay.
I failed my kids on that. Oh, yeah. But since that's coming back, all the retro stuff and everything. By the way, we set up the chat on the YouTube here on this screen. Doesn't mean you have to read them out loud. It's just so you knew if you guys were saying dumb stuff and they were calling you out for it and everything. You made it sound like you can't read over there. We set it up for you. We made it easy. It was all upset that yesterday that we put on the big screen the YouTube chat. Ethan did.
Yeah, because I don't ever get to see that.
You want to know? Well, we can do it every time.
It's hard for me to read that far away.
I know. Oh no. Okay. So this is the funny story behind that. So Ethan actually came up with the idea because I was like, how are we going to let them know if somebody says something or helps them out on the chat and everything? So chat on the YouTube page, folks. But so we're trying to figure it out. Ethan goes, oh, we can just put it on the TV there. And I go, okay. So I go, Ethan, go sit down at that table where Dale sits and let me know if you can see it. He goes, I can see it fine. So I walk over there and half the teleprompter, is in blocking it. So I'm like, Ethan, what are you talking about? So then we move it over. It's like this whole thing. And then I'm like, it's got to be bigger font because Dale won't be able to read it. And he's like, well, this is fine. It's like little tiny font.
Yeah.
Like literally, I'm like arguing with an 18-year-old on I go, man, he's like pushing 70, Ethan. I got to help the guy out.
I'd have to get up, walk over there, remember what somebody said, and walk back
look
here
like this, yeah.
and repeat it.
It's pretty funny. But I was making fun of He-Man there with my with the gay character because he had no clothes on and had a bobby haircut. And Robert goes, "It is Pride Month. That is true. It is June.
Okay.
I'm prideful every month of the year."
I'm going to leave that alone, Stephen.
The Cactus Bowl is back, Dale. Official.
A nice segue.
Just move off of that.
See, you and I disagree on the Cactus Bowl, and I don't understand why you don't like it at Chase Field.
Okay, it was a gimmick that was fun when it first started.
Okay.
It's hard sight lines. It's weird to watch. The matchups got worse. Yeah, it lost its charm. And I did it on the business show this morning. I talked about it. The attendance was lacking at Chase Field compared to the attendance that was happening at Sun Devil Stadium when it was there before that.
But here's the thing, Steve. They bring in the same teams that they've brought in the last few years, 2 6-6 teams.
That's going away now because now it's a primetime, 6 p.m. on December 26th.
But whatever it is, but as long as that's going away, because guess what? 30,000 people at Chase Field look a hell of a lot better than 30,000 people at ASU. It's not like people go, oh, I'm not going to go see the game because of Chase Field.
It'll look like an Arizona Wildcats crowd at Chase Field. It'll look like a Sun Devil crowd there in Tempe.
Oh, gosh.
I love how, another side note, I'm going to go off on another tangent. So we have ASU season tickets. We've had them since I was a kid, like forever.
Right.
And everything. And I love how when they bring season, individual tickets are out now. They're like, oh, individual tickets now on sale. Season tickets go fast. The amount of emails and texts I get announcing that, I have season tickets. We have 7 of them, 8 of them, whatever it is, 6 or 7 of them. We have them. Stop letting me know I can buy more. I have enough. I get the social media posts. You're going to see those. But, I mean, it's like literally I checked my email yesterday, and it's like, individual tickets are on sale now. Get your tickets. Don't miss a game. And I'm like, I'm not going to. I have season tickets. And then they're like, season tickets going fast. I'm like, great. I already have mine. We paid for them in December. We're good. Thanks. It just cracks me up how much they pump that stuff out there as well. But the Cactus Bowl's back. That's all I'm talking about. It just became a gimmick. It's hard to watch baseball or football in there, and that type of stuff. Plus, I feel like if you're in a football stadium, kind of like the one that's in Yankee Stadium, the one that's in
Pinstripe Bowl, Steven.
Nobody cares about those. Nobody cares about those bowls. They did it first, and now it's just like, it's a gimmick.
Well, the only thing I have said about that is if I'm playing in a bowl game,
they're outdoor in the
it's
cold.
a reward. Outdoors in New York or Boston in January, get the hell out of here.
Because last year when that was going on, Minnesota was here. Didn't that go into like overtime or double overtime or something? It was a really good game. One thing I'll say about that, the fans idea, because we were downtown in that studio at that time, and I ran into a lot of people. I was walking down there to grab lunch. That the day of the game, they were just happy to be here, be out of the cold and see their team. But then only 20,000, 25,000 people showed up for that game on top of it. I'm just saying the history says over there at what used to be called Sun Devil Stadium, they get better attendance there than they do at the Chase Field. That's all I'm going to say. I just feel like you look down on that bowl game because it was played in a baseball stadium. And now, and here's the proof of it, Dale. It's now December 26th at 6 p.m. on ABC. So it's no longer hidden as an ESPN throw-along game for a late night ESPN game for the East Coast.
Steve, we're not going to be able to watch it.
Time 6 p.m. game on ESPN.
ABC still won't be on the air on December 26th.
With their fights and stuff like that. It's called and then it's called the Cactus Bowl again. Of course, this was the old Copper Bowl, if you remember this from the late 80s, early 90s down there in Tucson. Then they moved it up here, and it went back and forth between ASU and Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. I remember when it was the Cheez-It Bowl. That was actually that might have been the last time I went to that game down there at the Chase Field. And I remember it because it was the Cheez-It Bowl, and it was Kansas State. I think it's somebody, and I didn't care who played, but you walked in, and you got like unlimited free Cheez-Its, and I was just like, thank you. I was just eating Cheez-Its the whole game long. I was like, everybody grab a handful for me. It was so awesome. It was so good.
Sir?
No, there was no sir.
There's a limit.
There was going to be no sir on that day. There was going to be no sir on that day.
That just made me remember at Brooke's birthday party, sir. You only get 3 trips to the buffet.
To be fair, he said it to your brother, not me.
You were right there.
I was right there with him. And I just went, oh. But you let Autumn go get it.
Yes.
But then my favorite part about that story as we tell it, the guy called me and Mark out, your brother out, for going back for thirds. But then Autumn went up, no problem. She got me more, no problem. Didn't even say anything to her. And then afterwards, he's literally all like, well, we have all this leftover food. I'm just going to bag it up and leave it for you. And I'm like, you know who would have eaten that, Tiger? This guy.
But you did eat it because Autumn went and got it for you.
Shouldn't have shamed me, dude. You would be bagging it up.
At that point, the indentures in my great lawn was only about an inch deep.
No, that happened. That happened like as soon as I sat down. Dale's aerating his grass that day. Your 85-pound niece sunk too. That's all I'm gonna say. I did because I had to pull her chair out of the dirt for her.
It wasn't dirt; it was luscious green grass.
It was soft grass. When I fell on it, it was absolutely beautiful. I got a little bit of a grass stain. It was so nice.
Oh my goodness!
That's probably why my best buddy invited me on the couch at the end of the night when I was
there's still grass stains on that.
Yeah,
too.
he was like, that guy fell in the backyard.
Hey, did you see what happened to Big Steve?
Let's help that guy out with the special stuff. So I don't know. It's good. It's good. It's going back. I think it's good. It's going back to the football stadium. I think it helps put ASU kind of on the map as well because that's where they're playing it at now, and things to that effect. Big 12, Big 10 matchup.
Okay.
It's going to be a better matchup if it's the time and everything that it's at as well. So I think it's good for the Valley for that time of year.
And who did they have talking about this? They had Rudy Carpenter
was
talking
there.
about the.
He was there in the press conference talking.
I mean, how many quarterbacks did they go through from ASU before they finally got to him?
I was thinking about this, Dale. So I'll just preface this next conversation by saying I do not like Rudy Carpenter as a person. I don't. Had a good ASU career. Was great watching him on the field. Let's just leave it at that.
But he's the only one they could find?
I was thinking about it from this perspective, though. Like, rapper, right? 86 Rose Bowl history. He drives down from Payson to cover the games and be on the broadcast crew and doesn't say anything bad about the program and does those lines. It's just, I've only met Rapper like a couple times in my life, and it was years ago, not in this capacity. Seems like an ultimate nice guy and everything like that.
Right.
Andrew Walter was always super nice to me and people I saw. Like, nobody has a bad. Jake Plummer always going out of his way for the fans and stuff to that effect. He's still treated as a god out there. Then you get into some of those other quarterbacks that, I call them the unknowns, right? But they put up a lot of stats and things to that effect and everything. Yeah. Why is Rudy Carpenter the one that's hanging around the program when all those guys are available? I'm assuming they're available. Maybe they're not. Maybe
they turned him down.
No, well, middle of the day announcement. You might have to work or something. Not if. Never mind. I'll keep that going to myself. But I agree with you. Of all the quarterbacks that don't have that reputation out there, why him? That's what I want to. Why him? He's got the most punchable face on the planet, and he will challenge you to a fight, folks. He will threaten to come to your house and challenge you. I know a couple of media people he's done that to.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I know one that actually responded with their address. It was like, come on down, buddy. I was like, he might show up, dude.
Yeah, Ryan Keeley, Andrew Walter.
Yeah, Keeley was a good kid.
Sam Keller.
Oh, yeah, Andrew Walter. I tell you, Andrew Walter's still around and stuff like that. Who was the tall kid that got that big payday in Broncos land and went to the Texans and failed miserably? What was he, 6'8" or something like that?
All I got is the quarterbacks back to 97.
No, he would have been 2000s. Osweiler.
Yeah, Brock Osweiler.
He was around. Yeah, why Rudy Carpenter?
That's your school.
He probably demanded. He was like, I said green M&Ms only. I do like this. Ethan just tagged me on this, college sports wise. I liked watching this guy play football. Now, it was the Rich Rod era there in West Virginia. But Pat White, remember that name?
Yeah.
That was a fantastic team there in West Virginia. They're retiring his number this year. Number 5. How long's he been out? He's been gone from there for 30 years now, hasn't he?
Because he was West Virginia before he went to Michigan.
Rich Rod.
Yeah,
and then he was out of football. And I did see Rich Rod the other day. Was interviewed somewhere, and he's like, I made a mistake going to Michigan. Yeah, you think?
Yeah, he didn't fit there.
The fact that you didn't realize going to Michigan wasn't going to be a fit for you shows me your ego, what it was. Because at no point did I ever think you were a fit there at Michigan, the way you act.
No, he had to come down to U of A and dominate ASU for a few years.
Did he win against ASU a lot?
Oh, killed him.
Yeah, but who'd we have? Dirk Cutter? Was that the Dirk Cutter years? Speaking of another human being that needs to not be associated with your
You're going to spend Friday morning
getting all my hatred out for people.
Who else doesn't Steve like?
No, it's not that I don't like them. I think they're great human beings. Just ask them; they'll tell you.
Wow.
Come on back, folks. We got to talk some fun basketball. I haven't talked about my Wednesday night. Exactly what happened. Go Knicks! Spurs. I have more confidence today the Spurs are winning this series than I did as game one, before game one went off. And the Spurs are down 0-1, too, on top of it. Come on back, folks. It's the main event. We're back here, main events. Before we get into the NBA and the NHL playoffs, I just saw this from Alex Weiner out there, covers the Diamondbacks. He has two clips from Ketel Marte from last night. And this is what drives me nuts about Ketel Marte. In one of the clips, Marte says that matchups like against the Dodgers are motivating. That's my point.
Yeah.
You should be able to get motivated against any good team out there, and he doesn't. And he sat out a game in this Dodgers. It was so motivating he had to sit out game 3 against Ohtani.
I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I might take that day off too.
Yeah, you non-competitive people. Absolutely. Non-competitors. Non-competitors out there. Oh, hurt my average if I go up against him. So it's like the people that are preserving their batting average at the end of the season to win an award or get a bonus. It's like, you weasels. Go win it, man. Go win it or lose it. Get out of here with that garbage as well. Hey, NBA, of course, I wasn't here yesterday.
Yep.
Knicks beat the Spurs in game 1. Had to come back on top of it, which is the Knicks' MO in these games. So they stole game 1 in San Antonio. The thing I thought was interesting after that game, the Spurs, specifically Wemby, were like, we're going to be okay. We have to figure out we just learned a lesson on not being able to close the game. This is the NBA Finals. We've learned that lesson now. We're going to be okay moving forward. The reaction from the Spurs gives me even more confidence that the Spurs are winning this series.
Well, what was fascinating to me is, boy, for a week, because we had some time to talk about at least 3 days, I had this game dialed in. Knicks sitting around for 10 days, Spurs still playing. Spurs healthier in the Knicks. Big man broke his little pinky finger.
Well, and then, doing something else, right?
Yeah.
But then Brunson goes out of this game on top of it, like going into it. I know you're talking about before the game.
Yeah.
But then Brunson goes out, and I'm like, oh, got to win this game easy now. The Spurs are with Brunson out for, then he goes back and whatever.
They're not going to be in shape in the fourth quarter. That's going to get them. And that's why we talk about it, Steve. It's the great thing about this job, and it's also the bad thing about this job, is you express an opinion and you can be dead ass wrong.
And people let you know about it. I know. They do not. You're the guy that once said this, or they go find the old tweet and tag you in it. And you're like, yeah, I said that 100 years ago as well. Fantastic game. Knicks came back. I'll say this. I expect this series to go like it did in number 1. And what I mean by that is I think the Spurs are going to kind of, flirt with leads and have leads in this series. And if the Knicks are going to keep it a series or win it, they're going to be playing the role of spoiler, meaning they're going to. I don't think the Knicks are going to get 30-point leads or, 20-point leads and be in front and run away with it. I think it's going to be close games and or the Knicks have to come back into a game in order to win it coming from that side. I think is what we're going to see coming up here. But obviously game 2 tonight. Now, pressure, this could be a fascinating night because the Knicks have zero pressure on them tonight. Spurs, you cannot go back to New York. Whether you play 3 in a row in the NBA, you cannot go back to New York down 0-2 and lose the 2 on your home court.
Yeah, that's unless you're playing the Suns back when the Houston Rockets did that a couple years in a row, losing 2 home court games and come back and beat the Suns. Again, tonight, everything in my mind tells me if you're the New York Knicks, you get on the plane before you go to San Antonio, as you're boarding the plane, you say, we got to get one. We got to get one.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And every fiber of most humans says you're satisfied. You got your one already.
But we didn't see that in hockey last night. We didn't see that last night.
And it's like, holy cow.
Yeah.
What is going to happen? I just hope they're all good games. They're all, single-digit games, and it's exciting in the fourth quarter. And I do believe San Antonio finds a win.
I just have the way – because I watched all the post-game. I watched everything, and I was like, oh, wow. Like, these guys – they're acting like they've been in the NBA Finals, like, every year for the last 10 years. Like, this is just what they do.
Right.
And Wemby, this is Wemby's third year in the league. And he's sitting there going, oh, okay, now we know what it takes to close out an NBA game, and we didn't do it this time. We won't make that mistake. And I'm just sitting there going, wow. No panic in these guys. They're just relaxed.
I'm sure Popovich is giving them a motivating talk today.
That's the other thing. I got angry when they go to the suite and Popovich is all. Stop putting that guy on camera, man.
He had a stroke.
He has serious health issues.
Yeah.
Stop putting him on camera. One, I don't want to see his face. We ruined the game of basketball on a lot of levels. Number one.
Suns.
Number two, we ruined the Suns. Number two, we don't need to see that. We don't. I'm sorry. That'll be motivating for them. We don't need to see that. By the way, Robert says, wasn't it Carpenter because he played in that bowl? That's right. I did go to that ASU bowl game. Was that Carpenter that started? I don't know. I refused to listen to the guy. So I listened to like a couple clips of him, and I was like, I'm done. Come back when you have somebody else on it. That might be why he was there. That would make sense. And Chase Field there. It's at upper level. That's where ASU put us, upper level in the corner.
Season ticket holders.
That's where they put us, Dale.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is lame. I had to watch the game like this. Because the seats were out toward home plate. I guess it would be this way.
Good
and
baseball
the end zone
seats.
Down there, and I'm
good baseball seats.
Yeah, because all the seats, every baseball stadium seats go toward home plate. If you don't get what I'm doing there. So when they were in the outfield, you had to bit weird. So it might be right. But I do think this is going to be a good series.
Yeah.
I didn't pick. I went back and forth, Dale, on Wednesday when you were gone. Spurs are winning this series, and I picked them in 6. And I said I wouldn't be surprised if it's in 5. Just because of the length issue and the Knicks. I think what the Knicks. Okay, this is going to sound weird. Spurs have to win tonight. It's not a must-win, but you better win tonight. But I think you know what's going to hem up the Knicks the most when they go back to New York. That fan base. People are spending $3,000 on tickets up to get in. $3,000, right? And people are losing their mind. Though that crowd is going to be crazy. And the Knicks. They're not a super young team. They're a young team, but they're not a super young team. But they're not used to this environment. I think that then they're going to wake up, and the New York media is going to be crushing them. The fans, everywhere they go, the fans are going to be crushing them. I think that's where the Knicks are going to trip up is at home. Just avalanche coming over them and enveloping them there as well. I think it's going to be fascinating to watch when they get back home. So I do have a Game 1 stat here. If my computer will I took a day off, and even my computer's like, what are we doing working today? Why are we doing this?
He took yesterday off.
The last 3 teams to win game 1 of the finals on the road, they all went on to lose the series. Dale, name those teams.
Say that one more time.
The last 3 teams to win game 1 of the finals on the road all went on to lose the series.
Well, I know one is your beloved Phoenix Suns.
Nope, they're not the last 3. They did do it, but I'm just talking the last 3. And I'll tell you this. One was last year, one was 3 years ago, and one was 2013.
Yeah, well, the Suns were there in 2021. They lost on the road.
No, they won their.
They didn't
won
win
the game on the road. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They started.
You're saying what one?
They won on the road. The game 1. They went on the road and won the game 1, and then they lost this year. Last 3 of them that have won game 1 on the road have lost the series.
Well, then that'd be Indiana.
Indiana last year.
Then I can't remember further.
I know. I was being sarcastic. Dale's not going to get this. I wouldn't get it either. Boston in 2022 won game 1 and lost the series.
Okay.
And then San Antonio in 2013 won
Good.
game 1 and then lost the series after. They got swept in that year
Good for them.
as well. The only team to win game 1 on the road and win a championship is go back to 2004.
Really?
Detroit Pistons. Isn't that a fascinating stat?
Mhm.
I think that is fascinating. But I think it goes to that point that I have there is you don't know what's going into it, right? Knicks were at home. Knicks were sitting at home for a while, rested. They came in kind of fresher legs and things to that effect. If this goes 7, the Knicks might have a better chance because they might be fresher, right, going into a game 7 than the Spurs would there because of their rest and things to that effect. But I think what happens is I think the team that plays at home and loses that first game, it's like, okay, this is how we play. All right, let's do this now. And it's kind of like a wake-up call, if I can call it that. So we'll see tonight. I do think the Spurs need a win tonight. Otherwise, chances of winning this final go slim to none afterwards as well. They play tonight. This is what I don't get, Dale. They don't play again until Monday. Just kidding. They play Sunday. Oh my God.
No, do they?
Do they play Monday?
I think it is Monday.
It's Monday. I had a cheat.
Well, they got to fly all the way from San Antonio to New York. That's a travel day.
What do they have? 3 layovers? Are they flying Spirit?
Southwest.
They're taking a bus. Yeah, Friday and Monday. Why no game over the weekend?
Well, it's interesting that they don't play on a Sunday because that's
what I'm
usually
getting at.
your most viewed sports day of the week.
Especially with basketball because you generally watch basketball on Sundays.
Yeah.
Right? They have those matinee games. So I don't get that schedule, but I know they have to travel. I get it. But it's not that big of a – come on.
They're flying first class.
I know. Come on. Let's be honest here. But maybe Madison Square Garden was booked up.
Hey, how would you like to be – I know you're going to go to hockey next. Before we go to that, how would you like to be Myles Garrett? You get traded to the Los Angeles Rams. Your life became infinitely better.
But he's losing $20 million in taxes because of the L.A. tax rate compared to Cleveland.
But how about you haven't taken a snap yet and the Rams give you $6 million more to make up for the difference?
Because of the tax rate.
They just reworked his contract.
I know.
They're giving him $6 more million.
And I do believe that was because of the tax rate, right?
They just said
They're not
redid
going to
the
say they're not
contract.
going to say that, but he's losing money by going to the Rams.
Poor guy.
From what he signed.
I mean, how do you get by on
Okay,
$25 million?
this is the weird thing before we get to the NHL. This is the weirdest thing that's happening. And we got a guy that was in an NFL locker room for years. I want to know how this is viewed. Dylan Gabriel has the number 8 in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Verse shows up, does his press conference. Hey, are you going to talk to Gabriel about the number 8? No, that number will be mine soon. And he just shows up to first OTA in practice wearing number 8. No conversation, no nothing. He's just, that number will be mine soon. And he shows up to the first practice wearing another man's number. How is that viewed in a locker room? That seems like terrible teammate behavior in my eyes.
NFL says you can have 2 of the same numbers through the preseason.
Yes. For the regular season, you have
And then
to
I have
figure
a
that out.
feeling Jared Verse will offer something to Dylan Gabriel.
Now, the team technically could take the 8 away from Gabriel and give it to him and say, but you generally don't do that to players that could be your starting quarterback at some point this season because of factors.
And again, if they're looking at him and they're going to be a third-string quarterback, they're saying, just give him the damn number.
Third string, or you might get cut. You're giving your number 8 to this guy, right?
But I would absolutely be shocked if sometime in August we don't hear Dylan Gabriel got a new car or Dylan Gabriel
something like that.
Gets to go to Disney World.
It just seems like weird behavior where in the press conference he's like, the 8 will be mine soon. And then he just shows up to practice in it. It's like, to me, if I was a teammate, I'd just be like, what are you doing? It's not how we operate here. Well, it's Cleveland. That's probably how they do operate.
Well,
but it doesn't seem like teammate material.
That's not how we operate until you see him beat the offensive lineman so quick in the pass. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, hey.
I was like, we're all wearing number 8. I just find that a weird story because you've never heard of that before. Most people are respectful and, I got to talk to him about it. Some guys are like, hey, he's better than me. He gets the number 8. I'll change my number. And then some guys are like, no, I'm keeping it. I don't care what he does. I'm keeping it. Like, I've seen kickers be like, nope, that's my number. Not giving it up.
Kickers are probably the most superstitious guys
out there. Right?
And
something like that. I've never seen somebody go, yeah, it's all right. 8, I'm not paying him for it. 8 will be mine. And then he just show up to practice with it.
You want to fight for it, Dylan?
Yeah, exactly. That's almost what it's like. It's almost like, what are you going to do about it? Gabriel's going to go, I have a red jersey on. You can't touch me. It's just only Cleveland is what I'm getting at here. Only Cleveland.
Well, Dylan's is red and versus is brown.
So that wouldn't be frowned upon in a locker room, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, I have a feeling that there will be some negotiating, and
that might be going on now, right, and stuff. So they know about it. But yeah, doesn't a leader just go, "Hey, man, do it the right way"?
Oh, I would think so. But who's the leader?
Well, that's
of
what
Cleveland?
I was just gonna say. He's in LA now.
Oh goodness.
Hockey, man. Last night, series is tied 1-1. Did you catch this game last night, Dale?
I caught quite a bit of it. We were obviously I was not watching it at home because not on ABC. What a time!
Do you call around to the sports bars to see if they have it on?
No, I've not been to a sports bar that doesn't have it on though.
That's what I was telling you. That one I was at for game 1 was just had it on.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one that does. And I thought they all had like DirecTV stuff, so I was kind of surprised by that too.
Maybe they're paying the extra, or I have no idea.
I don't know how it works and stuff like that. But 1-1 series now going into it. Interesting stat here: the Knights had a 2-0 lead in this game. Through 2 periods basically.
Uh-huh.
Then the third period, just all hell broke loose on that side of it as well. First time in NHL history, the Stanley Cup final was tied 1-1 with both teams having a multi-goal comeback win. Knights were down 2-0 in game 1, came back and won it. Carolina was down 2-0 in this game, came back and won it in overtime last night. It's fantastic. That whole third period is a chore to go watch at. This is going to be a fun series. Another fun series as
right.
well. Hurricanes, of course, won in overtime last night. They're 6-0 in overtime in the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. They've only lost 2 games. One of them, obviously, to the Knights there in game 1 as well from that side. Now we got to talk about the fun thing that I love about hockey. Well, first of all, that play in the crease, if you didn't see it, puck went into the crease. The rule is in hockey, if a referee behind the net loses sight of the puck, he blows his whistle. It's assumed the goaltender has it covered up. If they lose sight of it, whistle blown. So if you missed it last night, puck goes into the front. There are video angles of that puck being free. But if the referee lost sight of it, blows the whistle. The Knights tip at it, go at it, tip it loose, goes over the line into the goal. Ref waves it off right away. There was no hesitation. He instantly waves it off. No goal. It wasn't like he waited a few seconds and hemmed and hawed. Instantly did it. No penalties, no nothing at this point. Obviously, the Knights disagreed. That puck was loose. You're allowed to attack it, go in, and that's what they did. I think the Knights did everything right, and I think it should have been a goal, in my opinion. Not because I'm a Knights fan. I don't think that puck was stopped. But we also have the benefit of many replays.
Right.
I think it was close. If you don't know this, the NHL, 96 or 97% of the NHL calls around the goal line, if they call them no goals, stand. They don't overrule it unless it's really clear and convincing, overturning reasons.
Okay.
It's that high. 96, 97% of those calls do not get overturned in the NHL. They give the benefit of the doubt to the refs unless it's egregious behavior or something like that. So I think it was a bad call, but I also understand why it happened. In real time, it was hard to see. Replay, I think they got it wrong, but whatever. That's what the replay is for, whatever. And then the Knights get, of course, a penalty, but they have taken the lead at that point. And, of course, they end up losing it and stuff to that effect late. And they end up scoring late to make it 3-3, all that stuff. So, yes, you can blame the refs and controversies and things like that, but there's other things you can nitpick out there. It's hard. That was such a bang-bang play to me. I thought it was a goal. Even at halftime, the analysts and the rules official were like literally arguing back and forth about, one was saying it was right and the rules officials explaining why it wasn't called. And literally I'm watching it going, they're both right. They're both right. Like the rules analyst is correct. That's the way it's supposed to be called. The players, arguing what should have happened. He's right. That's how much of a close play was. I don't have a problem with that at all. It was such a close play. I think if the ref didn't call it off right away and there was a delay, it would have been a goal. So I think there's a lot of factors in there. I'm not upset about it, even though it is disappointing the way it went. I'm not upset about it at all. So that's not the controversy. There's other, like you said, the tripping penalty in overtime. If you whack at somebody's feet and trip them, you call that.
Right.
If you're just reaching for the puck and a guy goes down, it doesn't affect anything. You let it go a little bit in overtime, right? Let the players decide it.
And again, I'm more of a basketball guy than a hockey guy, where in overtime or the last minute of fourth quarter, that bump that you might call in the first quarter, you ain't calling it.
No. I mean, if it affected the play, like Carolina was, like the guy wasn't like imminent to shoot a goal and he got tripped.
Right.
It didn't affect anything in that moment, but they still called it and it ultimately led to Carolina scoring and sniping the one-time
cheaters
and all of that stuff. I just don't, again, I understand why it was called. Would I have called it? No. I'm not going to get mad about it and be like, Vegas was robbed. I don't think that's the case in either one of those. I think the calls on the ice and lifetime are probably right. You just kind of have to question, would you call it in that moment?
Right.
With how it wasn't egregious and stuff to that effect. But the thing out of this game that just is what I love about hockey more than anything. Now, this isn't a scenario where he came skating back out. He ended up going to the hospital for further evaluation here as well and stuff. But losing Braden McNabb in this game with only 5.5 minutes of ice time at this moment was a big loss for the Knights in this game and things to that effect. But just the fact that he didn't collapse in a bottle, the fetal position, where he just stayed on his skates holding his face, just tells you the toughness. And I guarantee he's going to come back for the next game, unless he has a major concussion, which is very possible. And I'm going to show you this play in a second.
You are.
Oh, yeah, we're going to show it because I can't get enough of this. Can't get enough of it. Dale, anything coming at your face 87 miles per hour. Forget if it even hits you or not. You're having to change some shorts after that. He just stands there and bends over and holds his face with blood's coming out of it and all of that stuff. It's just an amazing thing that you can see in this sport. And he'll be right back out there next time he's able to come out. Like I said, he might have. You get hit with an 87-mile-per-hour puck. Those things are frozen, folks, to slide out there. They're hard as a rock, literally. Yes. And then 87 miles, he might have a severe concussion. He might have to miss games because of that issue. But if he's fine on that, he's going to be all black and blue and eyes are going to be closed up a little bit. He'll be back out there as long as he's medically cleared for the safety stuff and things like that out there. It's going to be amazing to watch him go back out there. for Braden McNabb. He's going to be right back out there, right in the middle of the ice. These guys get in front of the – I've told you guys before. They get right in front of the net and just get sticks. I've told you before, one of my favorite pictures of all time is when the Kings won the – Jonathan Quick was a rookie. They were an 8 seed going into the playoffs, and they end up winning the Stanley Cup final and all that stuff as an 8 seed. Not supposed to be there, etc. You watch the picture of this team in the regular season, and they all look like hockey players, and their pads are all like nice and neat. And you look at the picture on the ice around the trophy afterwards. Man, their leg padding is like 4 times the size of what it was at the beginning. And the pictures are side by side each other. It's totally noticeable. Their shoulder pads all of a sudden are a little bit bigger, for extra padding they have to have on there because their bodies are so beat up and everything. Like, these guys are just absolute warriors out there. You see a guy take a puck in the face like this, and he leaves the game, and that's your position. Your next job is to go do right the same thing again and not think about that guy taking it in the face. If you missed it, you want to play hockey, folks? Well, here you go. Part of the job.
Quickly, McNabb's in front of the net with Robinson. Oh, man, it hits him on the visor, but that pushes right into your face. McNabb injured into the locker room.
That's just, there's other clips, slow-mo. It did hit him mainly in the visor.
Yeah.
But at 87 miles per hour, that's doing things to you. I mean, I don't care what you say on that, but just an absolute warrior. He's able to get up and just skate, holding his face, and get out of there. And went to the hospital for. I bet you his biggest. Obviously, he's got a lot of things, but I bet you the concussion concerns are huge.
Well, the thing about that is the fact that at 87 miles an hour, he couldn't get out of the way. It's a little different.
He was sitting there watching it. Do you see his eyes? He's all.
It's like, is it still rising? Is it? That's different than the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks last night, where those two guys saw each other and
running to each other, just like.
But let me tell you something. It just dawned on me because we used to have drills as offensive linemen, where the fact that the head slap was kind of still legal back in the day.
Okay.
And what usually happens to somebody is when somebody's going to hit your head, you blink.
Okay.
And if you blink, that means this guy could do this and then come with a rip, and you don't see what's happening.
Exactly.
In boxing, you blink here, you don't see this coming.
Well, that's the point. That's what the jab's for. And to get a guy to react to the jab,
right?
So it opens up something else.
And so you're trained as an athlete to not blink. And yet that thing at 87 miles an hour, I mean, it's like, and it's coming right at.
I saw a slow-mo of it zoomed in on him, and he recognizes that puck's coming towards him. And he's still just.
Well, thank goodness for visors.
Yeah, because it could have been way worse.
Oh.
I get, when we see him, I don't care if it's a week from now, or he's just going to be black and blue. Nose, the eyes, and.
That would just hit like the olden days. If that would just hit an open face.
The goalies just had those little small masks on their face and everything. I mean, just absolute warriors. And I mean, just think, unless it's a major concussion and there's head damage here, which is a possibility. Taking a puck like that, is a big deal. I mean, Jimmy Roenick broke his jaw one time. Wire it up. Let's go. And he was out there playing the next game,
Yes.
These guys want to get out there and play. And this is a big loss for the Knights if he doesn't get back out there and stuff. So unless it's a head injury, you expect to see him back out there. But I'll bet you next time we see him, you're going to look at him and be like, there's no way you're playing. He'll be out there. So I was thinking about it last night. I said it to Lou, and I was like, I was just thinking how long a Major League Baseball player and NBA player would be out.
Oh.
If just like a basketball hits you in the face, all of a sudden they got to take it out, right? Marte just took a day off because his back was sore. He was tired.
Don't yell at Marte. We'll come back on Monday after a sweep of the Washington Senators.
Nationals.
Oh.
Nationals aren't your dad's Nationals, man.
Oh, they're playing better, aren't they?
Yeah, they actually are playing good. I don't have it. Let me look it up here real quick here, and we'll end up on that. So basketball tonight, but not till Monday. Hockey's tomorrow night in Vegas. Is game 1 in Vegas tomorrow night. And then they play again Monday. At least that's Saturday night, right? And then Monday in Vegas again. And then I think they got 3 days off until they play again in Vegas as well. I believe that's what it is. Which, again, I don't get it. But actually, I did read on that one that there is a stadium. That's the problem there is a stadium event there, so it has to stretch out to that third day for that next game. I think that's where I read it at there. So you do get hockey tomorrow night, basketball tonight, and then not until Monday as well. So when we come back on Monday, hockey's who's going to have the lead in this series? Make your prediction.
So when we come back, I think Vegas has the lead.
I agree. I think Vegas does win tomorrow night back home again.
Yeah.
Basketball, who has the lead after tonight, or who is it tied up, or is it a 2-0 lead?
I do not think there's any way New York wins 2 in San Antonio.
Yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't be shocked if tonight's, I'll say blowout, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's a 15. That's what I mean. It's not going to be 30 points, but I'm not going to be shocked if it's a 15.
You can already
maybe
hear
stretch out to 20 or something to that.
All the Knicks coaches saying, it's 0-0. It's 0. No, coach, it's 1-0. We won one.
I mean, here's the other side of it. I mean, the Knicks are just hanging around. They literally are used to being in Manhattan and seeing the sights and being the hustle and bustle. They're down there in San Antonio.
They're walking the Riverwalk, eating churros.
They're used to the smell of pee. They're from New York. They're like home. Smells like pee out here. Oh, look, that guy's taking a leak in the river while people are eating right behind him. Oh, reminds me of the deli back home.
Nobody's safe from Steve on a Friday.
What do the Diamondbacks do this weekend against your Washington Nationals, or Senators, as you call them?
I think they win 2 of 3.
2 of 3?
Yeah.
No faith in a sweeps coming.
No. Hey, well, why? I mean, why even say that?
I know. I agree with you. I rarely pick sweeps, even when you play bad teams, because that's hard to do.
Yes, it is.
It's not easy to do because they do have players. They're professionals too, right? That's what we're looking at. Diamondbacks, by the way, are in second place in the division officially. They overtook San Diego yesterday. They have one more win than San Diego, the same loss column, half game ahead there as well. I think that's fun. Battle for second place in the division, the wild card all year. We'll definitely take that. Nationals, by the way. So Diamondbacks are 33 and 29 right now. Nationals are third in their division because the Braves are the best team in baseball. Phillies have woken up. They're only 4 games above 500, but they had like 8 wins there when they fired their manager earlier this year. But the Nationals are in third place, 31 wins, 32 losses. So this isn't a team that you're going to go into and be like, all right, this is going to be easy. So it'll be fun to go. So 2 of 3 for the D-backs as well.
Interesting game times. Tonight it's at 6:40. Tomorrow 1:10, and then on Sunday,
which means 10:10 our time.
No, they're playing here, right?
Oh, are they here?
Yeah.
Oh,
at home.
Oh, sorry.
So 1:10 means 1:10.
For some reason, I thought they went to. Oh yeah, you're right. It's here. You're right.
Yeah, I'm always right.
Yeah, 1:10 on Saturday. Yeah.
And then 12:15 on Peacock on Sunday.
12:15
on Peacock.
At least I got Peacock. Some call me the Peacock.
Oh, and on that one,
I agree. Diamondbacks will win 2 out of 3 this weekend. I think their bats will wake up a little bit too.
Who's ever called you the Peacock? Because I just threw up in my mouth when you said that.
No.
Please tell me Autumn doesn't call you the Peacock.
Oh no, Autumn doesn't. Random ladies on the street. It's weird. I'll just be walking. I was just at Ross yesterday, and someone was like, "What's up, Peacock?" I was like, "So."
What kind of rainbow sweater were you wearing?
And one I picked up at Ross. I do agree with you. It's going to be 1-1 in baseball. Vegas will win tomorrow night.
1-1 in basketball.
I'm talking basketball. Vegas will be up 2-1 after that game, and then D-backs. They should win at least 2 out of 3 of this weekend, and I think their bats will wake up this weekend. I think their starting pitching will continue because Gallant's on the mound. The thing that I'm interested in on the Diamondbacks, I want to just say it now so it can be out there and everybody else can copy it on other sports channels. Brandon Pfaadt was sent down to AAA. They say they were planning to do it before Corbin Burns' diagnosis came out. I don't believe it. They sent Brandon Pfaadt down to stretch out. If Gallen doesn't figure this out, they are getting ready to make a move on Gallen.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming quick. And if it would have come with Corbin Burns, but now they have to go another route on that. And I'm not saying necessarily Pfaadt would be the guy to do it with because they're not sure with him either. And it might just be where Gallen has to miss the start and then Pfaadt gets a start or something to that. But we could see with the way Gallen's pitching, we could see the end of Gallen's tenure here in Arizona sooner than later coming up here. And I believe it was coming with Corbin Burns if nothing else changed. That's kind of changed that trajectory. But they're sending Brandon Pfaadt to stretch out for a reason. Who else are you taking out of this starting five?
Knowing Steve, he'd take out Erod.
No, I wouldn't. I'd speed it up. He'd go on 4 days rest moving forward.
Sirocco.
I did see that. Jeff Passan yesterday said Sirocco should be on there. Now, it's a 1-year deal, so he's gone after this year. You can get value for him, but you're not trading anybody if you're in the hunt.
Right.
So you have to stay in the hunt to keep those guys here because otherwise he will be gone because he's on the 1-year deal and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Just be a sad way to see Gallen go out of the organization is all I'm thinking. But they need to do something with him. I'm tired. I was totally wrong on that prediction of, Gallen will pitch even with him. What I meant was Gallen will hit the showers in the 4th inning. Dale, you have yourself a good weekend. What are you doing?
I really don't have many plans. Not many plans. Doing football camp tomorrow, actually.
Oh, for high school?
It's for high school kids out towards Apache Junction.
Oh, you're going to be up at my house. Where at?
I'll stop by for lunch, huh?
Yeah, give me a call. Is it afterwards? You'll probably go out with the coach.
It's from 8 to 11.
Yeah.
I got to drive. I mean, I might as well go get a hotel room tonight.
Dude, it's 45 minutes from here. 30 minutes from here with no traffic if you drive 75 or so.
I don't.
Let me know where you're going to be at.
I don't break the law, Steve.
I'm
a law-abiding citizen.
That's why I'm
in court.
That's why I end up in court.
That's why I'm in court.
Let me know where you're going to be at. That's actually out by me.
Okay.
You'll go to lunch with all the highfalutin coaches.
I don't know. I think by 11 o'clock I'll be done with them.
Yeah. If you're going to be out by Apache Junction, yeah, you're going to be right out by me. I'm trying to think what high schools are out there. Is it multiple high schools going to this, or is it for one specific high school?
It's not for it's
like a camp.
It's a youth football camp from 8 to 11. It's the address is.
Give me an address.
Idaho Road.
Oh man, yeah, you're
3015 North Idaho Road.
You're not out by Apache Junction, Dale. You're in Apache Junction.
Am I really?
Yeah, I know. That's the road that you take up to Canyon Lake and those lakes up there and everything.
Never been there.
What was that address again?
3015 North Idaho Road.
I don't think that's Apache Junction High School. I think that's off of. I think that's the road before that. Let's see here. Let's see what this is here. Yeah, you're Prospector Park. Yeah, that's what I was wondering if it was at. Yeah. So that's just a regular park out. It's a nice park.
Okay.
It's actually really nice. I know you're gonna think it's Apache Junction and it's bad, but it's not. Yeah, I'll throw my mullet on and come meet you.
Do I need to put my bulletproof glass on my car? And
oh no! All the meth addicts and everything. They'll be in jail or they'll be back in their trailers by that point. You'll be safe that early in the morning.
All right, I think you upset
Dale's coming out to my neck of the
everybody.
woods, for folks. Is where he's at. I don't live near that. That's probably a 20-minute drive for me. But if Dale survives that, he'll be back on Monday. And by the way, I'll meet you back toward Mesa, not over the by that.
No Rattlers this weekend.
No, they have a bye week this week. Coach is up fly fishing in Montana, is what he told me.
Yeah.
So he's up there doing that. So nobody, all the players go back home, see their families and all of that.
So you got a whole weekend off.
I know.
We'll see He-Man tomorrow.
Masters of the Universe tomorrow.
So you'll be at the movie.
I'll be at the movie. I got
to
to watch yesterday's show and catch up on it, see what Lou was saying, listen to his About Business podcast. So I'll do a UFC, of course, Diamondbacks games. And then tomorrow night, the hockey game, because we're not going to it. Sunday, NASCAR there in Michigan. Michigan's a fun track, man. It's a fast one. I'm going to look forward to that as well. Rain, stay away, 'cause I'm tired of the rain. Dale? We'll see you on Monday.
You got it.
Everybody else, McCollum on Business at 7. Everything's up on demand. Share us with your friends, everyone. See you on Monday, everybody.